Star Radio's On the Money with Darlington Building Society.
Darlington Building Society, the heart of the local community.
So welcome once again to Colin Fife, who is the CEO of Darlington Building Society. Welcome, Colin. Thank you for coming in.
Hello there.
We obviously invite all of our listeners to, week by week, come in with various questions that they've got. And we have one particular question this week that is posed to us by Mr. File. You've got that query, Colin. You know what that query is all about. Do you just want to launch into telling us the answer to that query that Mr. File has posed?
Yeah, well, I think it goes to the heart of a question about what is a bank and what is a building society. What's the difference between the two, and why would you put your money with Darlington Building Society as opposed to somebody else? Right. And it's a really good question, because I think through time, the purpose of a building society has probably been lost. And it's a good time for me to be talking about it, because we're 160 years old this year.
Yeah.
In 1856, it was actually just in the town centre in Darlington that a group of people got together and decided to start a building society. Now, going back to those days, the purpose was similar but slightly different, in that they were looking to create funds in the building society to help people to build their own or afford their own home. So there was a little bit of work there involved in, do they actually get involved in the building? It's building the houses themselves. But that was in the really, really early days. And the building society movement then really specialised in savings and mortgages for many, many years up until today. But why would you go to a building society when there's more banks on the high street? There's a fundamental difference between the two, and I'm pretty well qualified to talk because I was 29 years in banking.
Okay.
Banks have shareholders, and shareholders expect a return on their investment. They expect a dividend. They expect some growth in those shares. And therefore, the purpose of that bank includes making that return to the shareholders, therefore driving the profitability, and at the annual AGM and all other times answering to those shareholders. Now, it's a very commercial operation. It's very well organised so that the right return is delivered for those investors. Building societies, on the other hand, are owned by their customers. We call our customers members. And those members have got a voice in what happens in the building society. So, for example, when we rebranded Darlington Building Society last year, we asked our members, what is it that you want this building society to be? What is it that you would get right behind, you'd continue to support, and you'd be proud to say that this is your building society? And we got some terrific responses. We got a lot of words. It boiled down to, we would like you to share. We'd like you to share your resources, your knowledge, your skills with your communities that you operate in. Well, fantastic, because we thoroughly enjoy doing that. That's an example of the difference. Our members say, this is what we want you to strive to be. We also asked our members last year, what type of organisations would you like us to share with? Is it youth organisations? Is it older age? Is it sports? Is it what exactly would you love us to get behind? And they gave us real clarity around that, especially the type of organisations where it's people helping other people. That was top of the list. So again, giving us real direction. Now, on the 28th of this month, we'll have our AGM. Our customers, therefore our members, they're invited along to that. They get a chance to vote. They vote on whether we are got the right people running the organisation, myself, my fellow directors. They get a chance to ask any questions. They get a chance to say, this is the direction that we would love Darlington Building Society to take. So for me as a chief executive, it's a really interesting place, because yes, I am looking each year for the society to make profit, because we've got to strengthen our reserves, our capital base. We want to keep investing in the latest technology, so our services are strong. But on the other side of the coin, I also want to give our members, our owners, the best return on their savings and the best mortgage rates that we can offer. So you've got that balance you're trying to strike. It's not about maximising profit and, in essence, striving to get as much as you possibly can. It's about reaching the optimal profit. How much is the right profit for us to make, and how much should we be passing back through interest rates to our members?
Okay.
That's the sort of fundamental difference between the two. As the chief executive of Darlington, a building society, it's a really good place to be, because you feel as if you're regularly thinking about the customer, because you strive to get that balance right. If you drop your rates to the lowest in the market and say, I don't care, I just want to make as much profit as possible, my members, my owners would certainly tell me that's not the type of organisation that they want or that they would be proud of.
Sure. Okay. So I have to ask this question, because I've been a member and indeed a client, let's say, of a building society and a bank, and I still am. You talk about the members and they being invited to various meetings that take place, the annual general meetings, etc. I too have been invited to those meetings. I've never been. I've never been to one of those meetings. Do you get attendance?
Oh, yes.
You do?
Yes. Well, last year we held it at the Riverside Stadium in Middlesbrough.
Right.
And we had about 150 people there, and it's a balance. It's a balance between the members voting.
Yes.
It's a balance between myself just giving a bit of a look back on the previous year, a look forward to what we can expect to see. It's also an opportunity for them to ask questions about how we are currently operating. It's a good opportunity for people to challenge. Okay. People to challenge whether what we are doing is the right way to operate.
Yeah.
This year being our 160th, we're back to Darlington. So we're holding it at Darlington College. We've had some of the students at Darlington College have been involved in the preparation, so they can combine their curriculum with some practical experience. I'll be talking about 2015, a bit of a look forward to what we can expect in 16. We're having a sort of afternoon tea type theme with a swing band, with a number of charity partners that we've got also there, either receiving a cheque from us and also sort of displaying a bit more about what they do in the local community. So it's probably, people think an AGM's typically quite dry and reserved. I'm doing a Q&A also at the Darlington AGM with a young gentleman who is at Darlington College, who is hoping that he's got a good chance of going to Rio for the Olympic Games.
Nice one.
Fingers crossed he can do that, but we'll certainly be finding out on that day a little bit more about him and what his ambitions are.
So this almost sounds like a party, not an AGM, but no.
Well, it's a celebration.
Yeah.
You know, it's a celebration. I think any organisation that lasts 160 years should be celebrated. We're not content with that, because we want to continue to thrive. We want to continue to be right at the heart of the local communities in which we are located, and we're not going to stop.
So you've explained the ethics, I suppose, and the operational differences there. Just to finalise on this question, Colin, if I may, product-wise, you know,
Yes.
I'm a customer and I'm looking for a current account. I can get whatever I get at a bank at a building society, and vice versa.
In the savings side, yes, you can. So the sort of instant access, I need access to my money at all times. The other types of savings products where I want to lock it away for a bit longer and get extra interest, the sort of regular savings accounts, yes, they'll have different names, they'll have different colours, but by and large, banks and building societies have very similar savings products. You will find that interest rates can be different. We certainly try and get that balance right with rewarding our members. You also find that one of the fundamental points for ourselves is that when we make money, So it could be in, it could be in North Allerton, it could be in Bishop Auckland. We have got customers where we're making profit. We bring it back and we invest it in our area.
Okay.
We also make money. We have customers who have got a property in London, have got a property in Manchester, Birmingham. We can make money in different geographies, but we reinvest it back in our local communities. We give, as we're doing in 2016, we give money to local causes. Special year this year, in that we've committed that we're looking to raise £160,000, and 1 quarter in, we believe we're on track to do that. It's going to be a busy summer.
Yeah.
Probably the best time to raise money over that period. It's going to be a busy time, but what you can guarantee with us is any money raised will be brought back to our local operating area.
Great. Well, the 160 years sounds great. And when's the party? Sorry, AGM again? What date is that?
The AGM is Thursday the 28th of April at Darlington College. Roughly about a 5 o'clock start for some drinks and getting ready to hear a bit more about the society and hopefully listening to the swing band and enjoying the evening.
Brilliant. Well, thank you to Mr. File for the question. Of course, if you've got any questions, you know where to go, starradio.co.uk. And Colin, thank you again.
Thank you.
On the Money with Darlington Building Society, celebrating 160 years on Star Radio.